Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very serious moment because, as you can see from the title, Truth Apocalypse Incoming. Now, as I've told you many times, I spent 5 years almost planning for this. It wasn't a plan from day one, but it turned into a plan as things evolved. And all I could see was a future at some point of colossal mistrust in everything. Governments, judiciary, police, economics, data, and that's going across the world as well. It's not just US or UK or whatever. It is systemic, okay? So I call this Truth Apocalypse Incoming, and I'm going to give you some incredible examples, because what I learned over those 5 years is that when you get the truth coming from every angle, okay, so not just a market commentator, not just an economist, not just a social commentator, not just a scientist even, but when you get it coming from every angle, every part of the world, every part of the system, then you realise it must have some weight behind it, and it's probably true, okay? If everyone is saying that everything's false, the chances are it's false. So I'm going to take you for a little tour here. We start off with a geopolitical economic site talking about China, and this is China Update, Tony, link in below, okay? And here he's done what I've done for the last year, is absolutely smash the Chinese data, because it's garbage. It's total garbage, okay? So I've told you before, we know that the property market has collapsed. That's 30% of the economy. We know that consumption is straining because of the fact that property has collapsed and the values have gone. That's 38% of the economy. And we know they're under incredible pressure from exports because no one wants their EVs at the price they sell them, because they're dumping, because they've got 128 EV makers, 128. So no one wants their EVs. So we know all three legs of their stool, their economic stool, have collapsed. It's just a stool, if you get my meaning. So there we are. So we know that the economics there, the truth, the data is garbage. And we know that the local government vehicles have got 17 trillion of US dollar debt, or 17 trillion equivalent US dollar debt, and they've got no cash flows now because they can't sell any more land because all the developments are built. So we know that. So what we've got there, and Tony summarises it, economic losses equal fictitious assets. Yes, all the assets are fictitious, but they're valued at what they cost, not what they are now worth or have any value or can create any cash flow. They're useless. Social and politics. Now here's a new name to you probably, Neil Oliver. Brilliant social commentator, brilliant man, Neil Oliver. Love him to bits. Link down below. Watch his piece on Just Because You're Paranoid, You Know the Rest, okay? So he comes from a social and political background. Rand Paul, politics obviously, but health, government and deep state. Yes, we know it's there now. We know that deep state is there in every country because of the censorship, because of the lies, because of the watching over you. Now we've got the health, now we've got the Online Safety Act, which basically takes away your freedom. Okay, Rand Paul, again, link below. This is a lot of work, but for the weekend you should do this. Then we look at Rick Rule. So he's our gold man, he's our wealth man, gold and silver, yes. So he comes from a wealth gold angle, but again, he tells the truth and he exposes the lies. Rick Rule, down below. Next thing, health crisis, health and trust. Health is a very prickly issue. It's a very difficult one to talk about because people have incredibly fixed views and they don't want to hear bad news. They don't want to hear it, and I understand that. But if you don't work from the truth, where are you going to end up? So let's look at the truth, okay? So I'll send you one here called COVID Vaccine Deception. Now I followed this for 4 years and I saw it day one. I saw it was a lab created virus. Forget all that zoonotic transfer garbage, okay? And that's why China have still, after 5 years, China have still to release the original virus sequencing to the WHO. They can't because they know it's created. It's not nature, okay? 5 years? Why would you not release it? So, and we saw Janine Small at the EU, namesake of mine. Janine Small, not a relation. She was from Pfizer, and she spoke at the EU, and she said, we never tested for transmission. So all those people like Rachel Maddow on US TV, all those people scream, even Biden, he didn't scream, but he said it quietly because he couldn't talk any louder. But even these people told you that if you took the vaccine, you couldn't spread it. And yet they never tested for it. Pfizer openly admitted to the EU in open court, we never tested for transmission. So to me, a vaccine in those days, think about your life when you grew up and when your children grew up. You had two criteria for a vaccine. It inoculated, in other words, you couldn't catch the virus, and it prevented spread. Well, you couldn't spread it because you never caught it. It was so simple. Those were the two definitions. Not now. No. Think about it. You need to think, because this world is trying to distract you. It's trying to take you down paths that are just dead ends in terms of truth and information. So that's COVID vaccine, and that's a very powerful piece. I'll put it down below. COVID vaccine deception. You might not want to watch it, that's fine. I'm only giving you the chance to see the truth. You don't take that chance, that's your choice, and that's your right. Okay, on everything, really. So this comes from a political, economics, freedom, power, life angle, is the RFK speech about the WHO. That was only, I think it was Thursday. Link down below. Watch the RFK speech about why the US is not going to sign up for the WHO, and why the US and a few other countries are remaining outside that total fascist control mechanism from an unelected body sponsored by corporate interests. Get the picture? If you don't get the picture, don't worry, I'll bring it to you over time. You'll understand it. It's deception, it's lies, it's just untruth. The truth apocalypse is incoming. All these people can see it. It's not just me, it's not just me sitting here. It's all these people from all different angles, social, wealth, gold, politics. They're all coming together. Scientists on COVID, they're all coming together. They all see that we're not receiving the truth. Okay? And then to cap it all, there is, of course, my friend Greg Mannarino. And he comes up with more fake data. And this is one you really, again, look at it. It's all about the data you are seeing at the moment that the markets are using to price assets on. Okay? It's the data from the US. And what Greg does is he breaks it down into its truth. And that is so important. If you don't work from the truth, you're never going to get to the right answer. Okay, you're not. Now, just to show you. So I claim I work from the truth. Let me show you my results. So, since the 1st of November, which is when I started seriously planning for this site, since I really started seriously planning, okay, 1st of November, I've given you my journeys. They're not yours. You must do research. You must listen to these people. You must understand what's happening, and then you can make your own decisions about investment, about your wealth in the future. But my personal journeys, I've told you. I've told you that I bought shares in a company called Pan American Silver. Those shares since the 1st of November are up 35%. And you say, well, yeah, but silver. Well, yes, silver is up 13.6%. Now, the same with gold. As I said to you, I believe the miners enjoy operational leverage. They will enjoy margin enhancement as their story becomes more popular, more understood, more known, their journey. So Agnico Eagle Mine, since the 1st of November, up 56.5%. Gold, 25%. And XRP, our friend, our crypto hedge against a purely monetary-based future financial system, our crypto hedge, XRP, since the 1st of November, yes, you know it's coming because the SEC filing was removed yesterday. XRP is up 550%. So All I'm saying to you is I have taken the truth from all these people, understanding the deception, the lies, the corruption of data, the corruption of information, the censorship, everything that's wrong in this world at the moment. I've taken it all, understood it, applied it to my journeys, my investments, and I'm pretty happy at this point. And I think I'll be pretty happy carrying forward. Why? Because I'm working from the truth. If you don't work from the truth, you have nothing. You're following a lie. Okay? So there are lots of links down there now. We've got the one on China, the economy from China Update. We've got the one from Neil Oliver. We've got the one from Rand Paul. We've got the one from Rick Rule. We've got the one on COVID deception. We've got the one on everything from RFK to the WHO. And we've got Greg Manorino's. So please, that's a weekend's work there, honestly. And I know it is, because it's taken me probably weeks to put it together. There's a weekend work for you. As I've told you, you have to work at this. You have to research. You have to understand the big game that is taking place to understand where you can make a difference to your life, your family's life, your friend's life, your future. Because we can't stop it. We can't stop all these lies. All we can do is give ourselves a better financial future. Thank you very much.